Greetings YouTubers, followers of Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuff and Things. Paul Phillips, the owner and creator of Pauly's Hobbies and Things, passed away yesterday in Skegness, Lincolnshire, England, his hometown. Not long ago, Pauly sent me a box full of British MRE stuff, enough for 3 meals, and in honor of Pauly, we're going to go through those one meal at a time, I hope over the next 3 days. So today we're starting off with breakfast. We have natural muesli with milk, 100 grams. We have biscuits, browns, 48 or 84 grams. Looks like a hazelnut coconut chocolate spread called squidgy, which we're going to put on the crackers or the biscuits. We have by Slazenger, or an American Slazenger, S1 sports drink in raspberry flavored, and alcohol-free antibacterial wipe, English breakfast tea, creamer and sugar, and of course the spork that Pauly sent, and we'll be using that throughout this edition. So stand by, we'll brew the tea and get started. For today's cup we have this hand-thrown teacup by Julie Silversmith. Encourage you to check out her channel, Creating Julie Silversmith. English breakfast tea, saw Pauly brew and drink this a number of times on his channel. So we've got some hot water here ready to go. Whitener or creamer. And sugar. And let that steep a little bit and give it a try. Next thing, we want to mix up this raspberry sports drink by Slazenger. It smells raspberry, authentic. We'll see if it tastes authentic. Probably does. Got some cold water here. Goes into my double wall stainless steel mug. And that looks like about the right amount. And give that a little stir. I recall Pauly had some of this on one or more of his episodes and gave it a thumbs up. So I'm kind of anxious to see what that's all about. Okay, let's proceed on and open up the biscuits browns. Today's guest opener is this handy little knife by SigTac. It may have made an appearance on an earlier episode of mine, I'm not sure. I want to use some of these, maybe, for later. They seem to be a little bit broken. So we'll pour out some of the pieces. There are some that are more or less intact. These are some of Pauly's favorites. So we're going to save this portion here for lunch. And last, we need to mix up the muesli. Add approximately 100 mils of water, which is actually about 3.5 ounces. To the sachet, contents mix well, allow to stand for approximately 1 minute before consuming. So there we have it. And this, I know, was one of Pauly's favorites. I heard him review it a number of times. He said I would have that again and again. So here we go. Got some cold water. There's probably 4 ounces in there, maybe 4.5, so I'm not going to pour it all in, but a good portion of it. And we'll use the spork that Pauly kindly provided. Mix it up. This particular muesli says muesli with milk, so I think the powdered milk is included in the mixture there. If you can see it mixing around in there, what it looks like. It smells absolutely delicious. It has a nice oaty smell, which I think goes along with the fact that a good deal of what I see in there is rolled oats. And there it looks like raisins, and it does look like it was made with milk. So we'll close that down, let it sit right there. Next we need to open the squidgy, or squidge, beyond the beaten track. No, I may be able to open this without our guest opener. Yes! How fun is that? Looks like I may need to mix it around a little bit. And there, in honor of Pauly, is a squidge buddy with a tear coming out of one eye, and I think that's appropriate. Here's to you, mate. Crackers taste good. The squidge is good. It's a nice addition to them. Chocolatey flavor and also a nutty flavor. Let's have a little bit of breakfast tea to wet our whistle. Cheers. Very mild tea, possibly because I put the creamer in there, or the whitener, and sugar, but possibly because it's just a nice delicious tea. Dunk a little bit of this biscuit brown in there and see what happens. I'm a fan of dunking biscuits. The biscuit has a really nice whole grain flavor. Kind of a smooth and floury texture, a little bit thicker than soda crackers. Not terribly salty at all. In fact, I really don't taste much salt in there. Does have a sort of a hint of baking powder flavor, possibly. Another sip of tea. As often happens with pastes and cheeses, not so often with peanut butter, that come out of MREs, they separate. Liquid contents tends to separate from the solid, and so you get a little bit of liquid coming out when you should have paste coming out. I really like it that they put this in a toothpaste-like tube instead of the traditional MRE envelope, foil envelope or pouch, which is really hard to reseal. I guess you can fold it down on itself or roll it down on itself, but having a cap to go over it is ingenious, and I wish that American MREs would follow that trend. Let's try a little bit more of this. That's better. Alright, so it looks really like chocolate, and it tastes like chocolate, but there's other stuff in there too. Hazelnuts, I think. At least the picture on the front appears to show hazelnuts. Down the hatch. That is really good. That's a good combination. I would eat that anytime, those two together. Crackers by themselves need something extra. They need peanut butter, they need cheese, or they need the squidge. And I'm going to use this towelette right now to wipe my hands off a little bit. Make sure this is all stirred up. I still can feel sugar granules on the bottom of there through this spork. Okay. Cheers. Nice red color. Very nice red color. Smells like raspberries. A little bit tart, a little bit tangy, and definitely has a raspberry flavor. I'd say it's possibly artificial. Let's have a little bit more squidge on another piece of cracker, shall we? We shall. Oh, that's better. Better after squeezing it. And away we go. Did I just get benzalkonium chloride in there by wiping that? Probably. Not enough to worry about. The breakfast tea is very good. Alright, I think we've waited long enough on the muesli, so we can take a look, and maybe even a sample. Oh yes, I think the cold water has done its trick. Looks good. Let's try some. Make sure it's all moistened in there. It's got some big seeds in there. It looks like a pumpkin seed. I'll show you that. Doesn't that look like a pumpkin seed? I think it is. Too big for a sunflower seed. And there's a lot of them in there. That's good. Well, you like them. Alright. Down the hatch. Not too sweet, in fact barely so. Could even use one of those sugars mixed in with it if you're a person who likes to have a little sugar with your cereal. It's very good. Very nice bite to it. Not a spicy bite, but a nice feel in the mouth. Those are pumpkin seeds and they taste great. They add a little crunch to it. Mostly I think in there is rolled oats. So here comes some more. Big old pumpkin seeds in there. Yes indeed, that is good. So I see why Pauly said so many times he'd have this again and again. It's excellent. So out on the trail, no need for cooking. You have a cool water source nearby that you can filter, or you otherwise know it's good. Or you brought some water with you. Just about 3.5 ounces of water. Mix that in, let it sit for a minute, and you've got a nice hearty breakfast with no cooking involved. Have another sip of the raspberry drink. Oh yeah, thirst quencher for sure. Of course, just about anything in the berry family, lemonade, not a berry, but, well, actually it is a berry. Speaking botanically, a lemon is a berry. But in the traditional way things are classified, raspberry, which actually isn't a berry. How do we get off track with that? Anyway, it has a nice tart tanginess to it, which is really good for slaking thirst or cutting trail dust. A little bit more English breakfast tea to your good health. Yes. So I hope you all go to Pauly's channel. His brother announced his passing today on the channel and said he was going to leave it open, so all of Pauly's previous videos are still available to watch, to comment on, and enjoy. That is extremely good. Alright, so here we have breakfast. I'm going to finish this off. Not going to make you watch me do it. Again, we have English breakfast tea with whitener and sugar in this hand-thrown mug by Julie Silversmith. We have squidge, hazelnut and chocolate spread, biscuits brown, S1 sports drink, and muesli with milk. An excellent breakfast any way you look at it. So again, Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuff and Things, memorializing this breakfast sent to me by Pauly a few weeks back. It was really, really good. Pauly, wherever you are, if you're watching, thanks very much. And gonna miss you, my friend. Okay, everybody, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time with the lunch menu from the British box, courtesy of Pauly Phillips. Adios.